Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. And by now, you know, if you've watched enough of my videos, that I spend quite a bit of time on Twitter. I interact with fans, I check out other things, I check out other streamers and stuff like that. And one thing I do is also look at what, Marvel Future Fight is doing as far as posting social media stuff. I post some memes, I joke around, etc. And then from time to time, I find little gems. Well, what did I find today at about 1 p.m. when I was scrolling through Twitter? I find this tweet from Donny Cates himself. Now, if you don't know who Donny Cates is, let's take a quick peek into his profile. He is a cult leader / writer. Okay, we're going to focus on the writer here. He's written Thor, Venom, Silver Surfer Black, Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Ghost Rider, Thanos, aka Thanos Wins, Doctor Strange, and then some of his, more original stuff, God Country, Baby Teeth, Redneck, A Tomahawk, etc. If you don't know who Donny Cates is, and you read comics, well, if you read comics, you know who Donny Cates is. If you don't read comics, you've probably heard about comics that Donny Cates has done and been a huge part of. He created Cosmic Ghost Rider, and why I'm bringing him up is because of this tweet. He retweeted Marvel Future Fight's sneak peek with some eyes. And I guess he retweeted it again, saying, well, that certainly seems familiar, doesn't it? And then he put more emojis. So this is 100% basically I should be following Donny Cates. I don't know why I'm not. This is basically 100% irrefutable proof that this is Cosmic Ghost Rider and Beta Ray Bill, and that there's probably more coming. And the other crazy thing is, and huge shout out to the sneak peek team for Marvel Future Fight, this is out of the comics. And I didn't know until I went back and read and paid closer attention, even closer attention than usual, because I do a lot of skimming. So what am I talking about here? Well, we're going to check out in a second here Guardians of the Galaxy issue 1 from 2019, Donny Cates. And this is what I showed you guys yesterday when we were talking about sort of the Guardians of the Galaxy, kind of like reforming. And I'm spoilers ahead, by the way, for this story. Spoilers ahead. And so we can see from this image that we've already gotten a few hints of what's to come with Beta Ray Bill and, of course, Cosmic Ghost Rider's chains, those Cyttorak bone-made chains. But we have a lot of other characters here. We have Richard Rider, whose helmet is just almost visible there. But that may actually be a misnomer. So I don't want to give you guys the full summary of this story because it's long and it's amazing, and you should absolutely read it yourself. You should go out and purchase it, and support comics and all that stuff. But it's a really cool story. And basically, what happens is Thanos dies. I say that because Thanos never dies. No one really dies. And so one of Thanos' brothers, okay, Star Fox. Not that Star Fox, not Nintendo Star Fox. Anywho, he calls together a bunch of, cosmic entities in the Marvel universe. He purposely looks for ones that will get the job done, not ones that have some sort of, human morality where they're not going to kill or whatever. Like, you don't want the Boy Scouts like Captain America, okay? So he calls some of the badasses of the Marvel universe. You've got Gladiator there. Again, you've got a lot of the characters that you would already recognize. Of course, we have Beta Ray Bill right there, front and center. You have Howard the Duck as well, and you got the dog. What's his name again? You've got Cosmic Ghost Rider. You got Darkhawk. You got other former Heralds of Galactus. You got a whole bunch of players here. And basically, the thing is that Thanos leaves an obituary. Or not obituary. He leaves like a will and testament. He leaves some sort of hologram. And essentially, what he's going to do is he's going to put his consciousness into someone else's body because he's dead and he has no head, which is really, really cool. And then it cuts over to Star-Lord, and Star-Lord is alone with Groot, who is in a bad mood, we think, because of the absence of Rocket Raccoon. But Groot now is going through his heavy punk teenage phase, and he also speaks like perfect English. He doesn't just say "I am Groot," and basically they're gonna get mixed up in the story later on. But they try to go to nowhere, but nowhere's not there. And then they start thinking, and this is where this gets really, really cool. They start coming up with a list of the most likely candidates for Thanos to transform or transport his consciousness. So you have here, very recognizable faces. You have Hulk, Iron Man, Mephisto. Not sure why Luke Cage is there, but okay, he's there. You have Gamora in the corner. That may or may not be... No, it's not Mystique. Anywho, maybe that's Jean Grey, actually. We've got Ghost Rider, I believe. We've got Venom, Loki, Invisible Woman, Kamala Khan, Nick Fury thing. Anyways, you get the point. Juggernaut, Odin. Very cool. Very, very cool. And so what they basically have to do is kill all these people. That's their job. They have to kill all of these people before Thanos inserts his consciousness into them and basically comes back to life, because the only thing scarier than Thanos being Thanos is Thanos being someone else that you don't expect to be Thanos. And then the Black Order crashes the party because they want to take Thanos' body back, of course. And so Silver Surfer is there. You don't see him until this panel. And basically he teams up. And this is where the magic happens, because now you see it all coming together. Silver Surfer's there. There's Cosmic Ghost Rider standing on Thanos' corpse, which is absolutely hilarious. And there you have Beta Ray Bill. So we've got the holy triumvirate. And they start, of course, battling. You see the chains going out, and the Black Order's here. How cool. Okay, first of all, how cool would it be to get space uniforms and maybe an awakened skill for the Black Order? And you got, what's her name over there that was part of the original Avengers or something? She like transported herself. She rewrote history or whatever. I can't remember her name. She creates portals and some crap. Anyways, yeah, so cool. This design, I got to give it up to the artist, man. This looks so cool. They look like interstellar badasses. So anyways, they fight while Peter Quill is talking to a Nova Corps member, not Richard Rider. As eventually, they do some wormhole stuff and they get away with Thanos' body. There's Marge Simpson, and oh, here we go. Check this out. The sneak peek team is so good. I'm skipping through this. I'm giving you the Cole's notes, but honestly, you've got to read this. You've got to read this. Buy this online. Subscribe to Marvel Unlimited. Whatever you have to do, because this is so good. So they get sucked into this wormhole, and again, the art is amazing, right? They're all getting sort of pulled in. Even Surfer's hand is getting pulled in, and then, okay, remember the sneak peek, right? Okay. Look at this. What does this look like? Coming out of the wormhole, yeah? Look at that. So, this is Beta Ray Bill's Stormbreaker, right? And it's wrapped around, you got the chains from Cosmic Ghost Rider wrapped around them, flying through. Now here is where I said that the Nova Corps helmet that some people are saying down here means that we're going to get Richard Rider. This may in fact not be Richard Rider at all, but it may just be a faithful reinterpretation of what's happening here, because as you can see, there's tons of Nova Corps members who have been dispatched to this wormhole to try to figure out what's going on, because they're, they take on intergalactic threats and they protect the universe at large. So they're just doing their job, right? And so the hammer and then the chains end up intersecting with Peter Quill, and Groot smashes through. And of course, when Groot grabs hold and pulls, who comes through? Of course, Beta Ray Bill comes through, and he's holding Silver Surfer, holding, I don't know who that is. That might be Moondragon. That should be Phi Lavelle. And then that's Cosmic Ghost Rider. Okay, so that's the whole team right there. And then they get pulled in, and then, something happens. Then he says, "Know what? This is my new crew." And this is how they become the Guardians of the Galaxy. So good, man. The storytelling is brilliant. It's quintessentially Star-Lord. It's quintessentially all these characters. It's great. So yeah, we've got the whole squad here now. Of course, we only have the sneak peek for these ones, but seeing that Donnie retweeted that, it seems like this is going to be the focus of the update. Now, again, how much Marvel Future Fight actually wants to take out of this, I don't know, but I would be surprised if one of these two characters didn't get a uniform. It's an easy sell for either of these characters. They're fairly popular. They've both gotten 3 different uniforms already. It'll be interesting to see if they make Groot back into a combat, or if they keep Groot combat, or if they try to switch him back to Universal. Star-Lord, interestingly enough, could turn Universal, but could stay Blast. I actually really like this uniform for him. I like it a lot more than the Infinity War Endgame stuff. And then we could be getting new characters. We could be getting Moondragon, we could be getting Phi Lavelle. Obviously, we're getting Cosmic Ghost Rider and Beta, but he is a character and he would be a uniform, should be a uniform. So yeah, that is where they got the inspiration from this. But how cool is, like, if you're a hardcore comic book fan, if you're a hardcore Donny Cates fan, how amazing is this? Because it's like, you would have known right away, right? It took me a while, but you would have known right away. You're like, oh yeah, that's right out of page whatever to 1920, where they get pulled through the wormhole. So this is like so incredible, and it gives us more context clues for this update. And so some people were saying and were thinking that this could mean a uniform for Silver Surfer, because Silver Surfer has a Silver Surfer Black look in another comic run that sort of it comes before this Guardians of the Galaxy run in terms of when it was written, but it technically happens far in the future. And again, I don't want to spoil it for you, but basically I'm going to spoil it for you. Silver Surfer is black, like all black, and he wields Mjolnir, and he fights Thanos. And stuff happens. I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's very good. Again, it's part of the Thanos Wins series by Donny Cates again. So you should absolutely read that. I believe it starts on issue 17 or 13 or 17, one of the teens. Anyways, it's like Thanos Wins 1, and then it goes all the way to like 20 something. And somewhere in the middle, you have the part with Thanos and Cosmic Ghost Rider and this new Silver Surfer. But because that is, you know, not actually a part of this at all, but this is what Donnie is referring to. And of course, I mean, they're both written by him. There is a chance, but I would actually not put my money on that. I don't think we're going to be getting a uniform for Silver Surfer because it doesn't really make sense in the continuity. And it would sort of just be a mix and match and a grab. Because yes, Cosmic Ghost Rider is in both of those instances in time because he doesn't die, so he lives forever and time travel and all stuff. So yeah, technically he's there in both against with Silver Surfer Black and here now, but Beta Ray Bill isn't. So it wouldn't really make sense thematically unless it was like the Donny Cates update. That's definitely a possibility. That's definitely a possibility that it's just the Donny Cates grab bag update. And how cool would it be if Donny Cates actually consulted on this update with Netmarble, Monster, and Marvel Future Fight? I would hope that if he didn't, that they strongly consider doing that for the future, because the writers can the writers obviously are in love with the characters and with the lore and with the, you know, all of the like the tapestry, the weavings of the story. It's like, you know, a seamstress. They know the material so well that they're working with to weave these things together, that he would obviously be able to, I mean, I would bet any money, provide a lot of insight into like character design, into power levels, into, you know, even the way that they look and feel and they act, how they sort of interact on the home screen, and how they sort of pose around. Lady Deadpool kind of lost it, but like if you go back in the original Deadpool, he's got that flavor, right? He's got that like that attitude, that Rob Liefeld thing that he sort of built into him with this like obnoxious sort of, you know, I'm gonna waste your time kind of thing. So yeah, it'd be cool. I don't know. Maybe he'll answer me on Twitter, and we'll find out if he actually did consult on it. Probably can't say anything. It's probably NDA. But yeah. Anyways, if it is in the rare case, I just want to shout out to one last group of fans here. If in the rare case it is a Donny Cates grab bag update, maybe there is a 0.0001% chance that we'll see a Venom uniform slide in there, because we know how much he likes the symbiotes or the symbiotes. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I think the update is, again, really hype from a character and uniform perspective. Obviously, at the end of the day, I'm much more critical of Marvel Future Fight because we need that substance and need those game mode changes. This game could, you know, there could be an update tomorrow that adds every single character to this game, right? Every single character in the Marvel Universe. We could have one update, just imagine, where they just dump 300 characters on us. And sure, that would give me something to do for the next few years of just building all the characters up. But that's all you'd be doing, right? You would just be building characters up, trying them out in World Boss a few times, in Shadowland a few times, in Galactus a few times, and then putting them on the shelf and never using them again, right? It's like when you go into a game and you turn on the cheat codes and you just have everything available to you. Like you go into Minecraft creative mode, you can build everything, and it's fun to build things, but eventually you've built everything, right? Eventually you've built them all, and then you don't want to build anymore, you want a challenge. So obviously I hope that we're getting that challenge, but in the meantime, I wanted to appreciate that Marvel Future Fight comes from the comics, and it seems like they're drawing really heavily from the comics this time around, which I love to see. This is the reason why I was so hyped for House of X, because it was straight out of the comics. And again, this is a very recent comic run, right? This is 2019. This is less than a year old. This is a beating heart ripped right out of the pages, still fresh with the ink blood. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, Donnie, for giving me something to talk about from Twitter, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.